And the batsman now is Colin Cowdrey.
And the catch dropped. Mallett touched that one at the gully position. A very difficult catch, one that Mallett, however, often does catch. So a let off for Cowdrey, and his score is advanced by 2 to 7. And he's out. A ball lifting outside the off stump. You saw it. It was a very fine delivery. Landing on the seam and lifting, and Cowdrey playing defensively, finding the outside edge of the bat, and he's caught behind. Cowdrey out, caught by Marsh from the bowling of Walker for 7, and England are 2 for 18. Here it is again. And quite a lot of lift. And the top edge of the bat, it may even have been the glove. It was either the top edge or the glove. There's a good stroke. They'll get their 4 anyway. And England 2 for 30. Lily's over cost him 6 runs, and his figures now are 1 for 17, as you see.
There's Lily just flexing his right leg, looking as though he's not putting too much weight on it. Might be carrying an injury in that right leg, possibly the right thigh. Certainly not happy about it.
Walker now to Ness again, and the same sort of stroke as the previous one we saw. He'll get 2. As Mallett's return, and a good one comes back to Marsh. Lily now, who's adjusting his boot. I'm not at all sure that this isn't to do with a possible injury. There it is again, another lovely cut or drive, square of the wicket. Redpath may stop this one before it reaches the fence. The batsmen have run 2, and Dines 3, and Dines is coming back for the 4th. Well run. Very well run by Edrich and Dines. Dines moves on to 18, and England 2 for 40. Well, a perfect stroke. I thought a little bit dangerous when he first played it, but it certainly found the middle of the bat, and it's 4 runs. Beautiful delivery.
Good cover drive from Edrich. It's going out towards that long boundary. They'll probably get 3 here. That's Redpath to field. And between the 2 fieldsmen there, between the second slip and the finer of the 2 gullies, not a good shot from Dines, and into the boundary for 4 it goes. And he's caught, is he? No, down to the boundary. It was a dive for the ball. It would sail just past his hand. And that's almost back on the stumps. Just missing the off stumps. Now, if Edrich moves, and let's see where the ball is. You see that? It was just about finishing up behind the off stump. And that's dropped, is it? The easiest of chances to McCosker. This time finding the gap. It's a well-played shot. It's perfectly timed. It's racing out towards that long boundary. It won't be 4. They've taken 2, and they're coming back for a 3rd. Well, that was a full toss and well taken care of by Dines. It's racing out towards that long boundary. No hope for Edwards. And that's the 100 up for England. But Mallett to bowl to Edrich. And that's a full toss again, and through the field it goes. Walters, a long chase. I don't think he'll make it. It's slowing down in the outfield, but the ball should just win. And that's 2 balls, 2 fours to England. Total 105. And chopped nicely by Dines. Place it well, going down towards the long boundary. I think Jenner will get this one. They've taken 2 and they'll turn for 3. And there's the 50 to Mike Dines. Second 50 in consecutive matches, and for him a splendid return to form after such a dismal series. Dines 51, Edrich 48, 2 for 111. Great shot by Dines. He gave himself a bit of room that time. That was a sort of a Doug Walters shot. He moved away from the stumps and hit it very firmly through the cover area. Perfect shot.
There's the half century to Edrich, coming back for the second. Edrich 51, England 2 for 123. And there's that stroke that he's played so well during this innings. A square drive, a long chase for Redpath. I think there'll be 4 runs. Now, Edrich is only running fairly slowly, but there's 4 if they want it. Walker now bowling to Edrich. Oh, my goodness, I don't think I've seen Edrich hit a ball harder than that. And Mallet bowls to Dines. And a good stroke, straight down the ground. It's a long chase for Walters, giving up a very good off drive. And this one's through. Walters will stop it. And meanwhile, Dines goes through for his third. Dines 78. And England 2 for 154. They take the lead. Oh, catch, and he's out. Well caught by Ian Chappell at first slip. Edrich out, caught Chappell, bowled, here it is again, the bowling of Walker.
Top edge. And Chappell taking a very good catch, diving to his right. And I thought a particularly good piece of work on the part of Marsh there, because Marsh could quite easily have gone across and spoilt that for first slip Ian Chappell.
A good-looking shot that time. It's going right out to the long boundary. I think it could be 4. And slowly it rolls into the fence for 4. And Dines goes on to 94. And beautifully fielded again. A shot at the stumps. That would have been out. And overthrows. Missed the stumps. Dines was certainly out of his ground. And they'll take 2. That throw by Redpath would not have missed the stumps by any more than 10 centimetres. It wasn't too far away, and Dines was a long way out. And that's coming down to the boundary. We'll see about this. It's going right down to the sight board. We'll have to wait for the umpire's call here. It's a 4. That's his 100. That was off the bat, so that must have nearly been a chance. But Dines has scored his century. He is 101. Well, Dines's finest moment of this whole tour. Captain of England, after such a dismal series, in the last test, the 6th test here in Melbourne, scoring a century. Well done, Mike Dines.
Was in the air safely past McCosker, who was fielding behind square leg. It's now a matter whether he can save the 4. He does so. And Fletcher gets 3 from that uppish sweep off the top edge. He moves on to 19, and England 3 for 208 at the end of Mallet's 12th over, 7 runs from it.
And we should add that Lilly is off the field suffering from a bruised foot. The new ball has just been taken. You can see the umpire holding up the old ball. Walker will now bowl with a new ball and watch how the field changes. Become far more aggressive in its dimensions. 2 slips a gully. Backward short leg.
That won't be stopped. 4 runs on the leg glance. That's a good stroke. Off his toes, the in-swinger, finding the gap at mid-wicket. Dines coming back for the second run. He'll have to hurry. A good return, too, from Dimmock, but Dines is through. Lovely stroke behind square leg. McCosker is the fieldsman who will pick the ball up 3/4 of the way to the fence, and Dines gets 3. Dines 112. And England 3 now for 230, which is a lead of 78. There's a good stroke through the gap in the covers. A long chase for Edwards. Here's a great fieldsman. We'll watch his return. He's been magnificent with the return all day. He's going. Oh, now have a look at that one. Magnificent return. It wasn't over the top of the bails, no. But when one thinks that Edwards had to throw the ball right down to the far end of the pitch, it was a great return, but we must also say a very fine stroke. Fletcher moves on to 39 with those 3 runs, and England 3 for 236.
And the chance dropped. Dropped by Ian Chappell. Went both hands to Ian Chappell on his left-hand side. Dimmock to Dines. And through the second slip area, there's no one there. It was in the air, straight down to the fence for 4. That was well wide of Ian Chappell. In the air, could be a chance. No. Marsh couldn't make it. We'll probably won't be sure by the movement of the players. Everybody seems to react to it the way Marsh moved up. What do you think, Paul Shear?
Yes, that was definitely off the glove, but it lobbed very close to the wickets and there was no fieldsman within 20 metres. You can see the ball short there, strikes Mark Dines on the gloves, flies in a gentle arc, but it's very close to the wickets and doesn't give
12 fours. And down through the third man area, that's the shot they were trying to tempt Dines on, but that wasn't a catch by any means. It was beautifully played. That's the 300 up for England for the first time in this series. That's through the field. Best shot we've seen from Fletcher this morning. That's racing across the outfield and into the fence for 4. And through the field, that was in the air. That was the one they were looking for. It went straight between Greg Chappell and Mallet. It was the ball that they were trying to tempt Dines on. He played the shot, but just wide of the 2 fieldsmen. And that hit him on the back. Now, that was an appeal there, appeal for court. And a beautiful shot from Dines. Clean through the covers.
Dimmock to Fletcher. Edged down to third man. Will Chappell cut it off? He's coming around quickly to field a metre or so inside the fence, and the batsmen are through for 2. Walters bowling. Beautifully off the back foots from Dines through the covers. This will be 4 runs. A shot we've seen played so often by Dines. Good shot, forced away through wide mid-on. It's going out towards the fence. Chappell is after. They've run 2. They'll take 3. Swings, there's runs here, back with a square leg. It's racing out to the boundary. 4 runs. Sweetly timed shot by Fletcher takes him into the 80s. 82. 3 for 345.
Now Ian Chappell to Fletcher. And down the fine leg area, it's racing away to the boundary. There's no fieldsman within 50 metres of that ball, and that's 4, an easy 4 to Fletcher. And caught and bowled. Great effort. Magnificent catch by Walker. Once again, Dines walking away and playing straight back, and Dines, a fine innings, caught and bowled by Walker for 188, 4 for 359.
Well, what a great catch there by Max Walker. Nunes was obviously looking for these shots on the offside, strolling away to the leg side and pounding the ball off the back foot through the offside field. On that occasion, he stepped right away and, failing to get enough left arm into the shot, hit it with the bottom hand, and Walker, diving to his right, brought off a miraculous catch. Nunes out, caught and bowled. Walker, 188, falling 12 short of Hammond's all-time record for an Englishman on the Melbourne cricket ground of 200, scored in 1928-29.
Now Greg to face Ian Chappell. Oh, full toss. It was almost a beaner. It was about waist high to Greg, which is fairly high up, and down through the slip area, going right down to that long boundary. It won't be 4, they'll run 3. And so Greg, in surprise, finds he's got 3 against his name. Now Ian Chappell. And Fletcher's cracked that through the covers. That could be his 100. That's his century. Fletcher's first century against Australia. 101. Greg is 8, 4 for 381. And right on the bottom of the bat, and that very nearly spun back, certainly nowhere near the stumps, but one that Greg made contact, I think, with his bat and his foot at the same time. It's just all of a tangle there. Down to fine leg and a chase for Walker. This may even reach the boundary. It's racing across that outfield. The ball slowing down, 2 converging on it, and the ball just winning. Back past the bowler. That's a fine shot from Greg. He really hit that. Right down the long end of the ground, straight down the ground, 4 runs. And again out to the boundary through mid-wicket. This one mightn't reach. McCosker's after it. They've taken their second run. They're going for 3. They'll get 3. And not a chance, just wide of Ian Chappell. He fell away to his right-hand side, but I'm fairly certain the ball hit the ground before it reached the fieldsman. So Greg is 24, Fletcher 103, 4 for 399. This time they're taking the single. Redpath's deep there for Greg now to go up to 25, and that's the 400 up for England. 4 for 400. Greg 25, Fletcher 103. Ian Chappell to Greg. And that's a big hit over the top of the mid-off, going right down the boundary and into the fence on about the 3rd bounce. That one spun and spun past the bat. That was a good ball from Chappell.
Oh, a lovely shot by Fletcher. Hit away through mid-wicket. It's racing out towards the fence. Redpath is after it. They've run 2, but to no avail has been the chase. There's been a change from the northern end. Ian Chappell has been replaced by Walters. He bowls to Greg. Edges it up his sleeve, but safely for 4. Only the lone slip fieldsman and a wide backward point, and Greg steered that ball away through the vacant position for 4 runs. Greg lofts this one. It'll be 4. It's coming out towards the sideboard, right over the bowler's head. A well-hit shot by Greg. A ball called. And runs to Greg, possibly only one, after deep and wide, long on. So that is the half century for Greg. He is 50, and it's 4 for 442. You can see the crowd are claiming a very bright and entertaining knock from Tony Greg. 50 in 65 minutes, so that's certainly very bright scoring. Fletcher lofts and has missed a valiant attempt by
Ian Chappell.
Ian Chappell, a great attempt to take that left-handed chance. Mistimed shot to mid-wicket. Cuts, runs here, speeding out towards the fence. Chappell is after. They've run one. They'll take two. It may beat Chappell into the fence, and it has. Big swings. It goes down backward of square leg, and it's 4 runs.
First bounce.
First bounce into the fence. Big swings. This one is away through mid-wicket. It bounces once, twice, 3 times into the fence, and another boundary for Greg. It's certainly what the crowd loves. He's now 59, and it's 4 for 4, 5, 6.
I don't know whether we're going to be able to give you the statistics or not, but it would seem that for the 3rd, 4th and 5th wicket, there's going to be a century partnership. Only 3 runs needed for the century partnership.
Big hooks, way back for the square leg. It's another 4. This time it bounces once and over the fence. Oh, what a great display of batting by Greg. He's really taking to Walters.
And there is the 100 partnership. That's 3 in a row. For the 3rd, 4th and 5th wicket, we've seen England score century partnerships. After being eclipsed for the first 5 test matches, my goodness, aren't they taking charge? The 100 runs has come up in the very good time of 71 minutes, and Greg has 63 of those runs.
Walters bowling. Big swings again, uppishly this time. It's going out backward a square leg. It will drop short of Jenner, and he'll cut off the boundary. And whilst he's doing this, the batsman will run 3. And a great return from Jenner. 71, Dimmock bowling. It's loftily, well, it'll go past Walters. It's racing out towards the fence. It'll be 4. Fletcher now, 130. Drives handsomely through the cover. It's a glorious shot. All speeding to the fence. And what a lovely shot, Colin.
You don't see any better than that.
Dimmock bowling. Fletcher hooks. Through mid-wicket it goes, speeding out towards the fence at deep mid-wicket. No ball called. It will beat the Edwards into the boundary, so it's 4 more to Fletcher.
And in the air, he could be caught. Who's underneath it? Walters, is it? Getting down underneath it. And it's a catch. Yes, well caught by Jenner. Well, Max Walker has broken through. Greg caught Jenner. Bowled Walker for 89. 5 for 507. Walker 4 for 128. And hit hard and could be caught. Yes, great catch. Magnificent catch by Redpath. Fine diving catch, and Fletcher is out for 146. Caught Redpath, bowled Walker. Walker has 5 for 128. The new schedule batsman is old, and 2 sudden wickets have fallen. And it's a bowling. It's clean bowled. Old bowled by Dimmock. No score. Not out 1. 7 extras, 7 for 508. Dimmock's first wicket in a test match. 1 for 124. When I say in a test match against England. And not here for caught behind. He's out. Not has been caught. Marsh bowled Walker for 5. Underwood not out 2. 8 for 514. Walker 6 for 132. And this time he's out. No doubt about that one. Arnold caught Marsh, bowled Walker. No score. 9 for 514. Walker 7 for 132, and absolutely no doubt about that one. And through the covers it goes, a long chase for Edwards. I think that could be four. It's racing across this outfield and into the fence it goes at the cover point boundary. Bowled. It's all over. Walker 8 for 143 and England